Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium. Tonight I'm doing a different subject matter. I'm going to do a video on this little beauty, which is a Synadenium granti rubra, also known as the African poinsettia, red African milkbush, red milkbush, or Tasmanian red milkbush. This is a very interesting species. They originate from East Central Africa. They are durable. They can tolerate pretty extreme temperatures from freezing to 100 plus. They're fairly easy to produce just from the cuttings. They have big, broad leaves. They have yellows, greens, and some red speckling. They grow fairly quickly in the warmth. They are considered a thornless, semi-succulent shrub. And the most interesting part of all is that they have a latex sap, which is poisonous and can cause dermatitis, which can actually result in blisters, redness, swelling, and even temporary blindness. So this is not a sap that you want to get on your skin. It is poisonous, which you don't usually hear me say because usually I'm talking about the toxicity of animals. Plants are typically poisonous. Animals are venomous. So this is a poisonous plant that could be injurious to a small pet or child, or even to a horticulturist who is moving it or trimming it without the proper attire. It's actually recommended that you have long pants, long sleeves, or even goggles if you're going to be working with this plant. This plant grows in the Kavasha district in Kenya, and the Maasai people actually use it as a home remedy to treat East Coast fever, which can be fatal to people. What they do is they actually rub the sap on the necks of the patients to actually cause open blisters in order to move the protozoa out of the lymph nodes and essentially move the East Coast fever out of the patient's body. That sounds pretty horrible, but overall a really cool plant. They can grow super duper tall. This is kind of a young one. I'm not a giant person, but this is a big plant. Let's just give a quick rundown a little bit about this plant. So to recap, this is Synadenium granti rubra. They're East Central African. They're fast growing and large. The Maasai use them as a very torturous home remedy, and that they are super duper poisonous, causing dermatitis, which can result in redness, swelling, blisters, and if you get it in your eyes, even temporary blindness. So horticulturists, plant this plant if you dare, but do so with caution. This is a really cool plant. So cool, I decided to do a video on it. I know this is outside of my normal scope of filming, but if you're not into plants, I think it's still interesting. And leave me your comments below on your thoughts about this plant, and let me know whether or not you'd be brave enough to keep this in your garden. Talk to you guys soon!